It is the year 1040. Your empire stretches farther than any single person can see in a lifetime. Over 100 million people depend on your decisions: farmers, merchants, scholars, and soldiers. You wake before sunrise, not to plan a war, but to review grain reports. Because famine kills more people than armies ever will. Your technology is simple by modern standards. There are no radios, no instant orders, and no supply chains that magically refill themselves. Every single soldier you mobilize must eat daily, be paid, be transported, and be supplied for months or even years. A single large military campaign costs more than repairing canals, roads, and granaries combined. War doesn't just cost money. It halts tax collection, it empties labor from farms, and it risks rebellion at home. So your first weapon is not steel, it is diplomacy. You send envoys. They carry gifts, not threats. Silk, grain, titles, and marriage proposals. Because if diplomacy works, fields stay planted, merchants keep trading, and officials remain loyal. A peaceful year is a profitable year, and profit keeps the empire alive. But diplomacy does not always work. A border governor rebels. A nomadic confederation raids your supply routes. A rival court tests your legitimacy. Now you must act, not emotionally, but administratively. You do not maintain a massive standing army, and this is intentional. Your soldiers are temporary staff. They are farmers in the off-season, local militias, conscripted households, and hereditary military families. They train periodically, they store weapons locally, and they assemble only when summoned. You can raise enormous forces, but you refuse to keep them idle. Idle soldiers cost money. Idle soldiers form their own loyalties. Idle soldiers overthrow emperors. You fear your own generals more than your enemies. A general commands men with weapons, men who eat state grain, men who may one day stop listening to you. So you fragment their power. A general does not control payroll, food supplies, records, or troop assignments. That power belongs to your scholar officials. These are men who pass exams, men loyal to the system, not to the sword. Your empire is run by paperwork, and that is precisely the point. If a war breaks out, it is not celebrated. It is quietly acknowledged as a failure. Some official mismanaged taxes. Some magistrate abused peasants. Some governor ignored your warnings. A victory does not erase this failure. It confirms it, because a well-governed empire should not need constant war. In your world, soldiers are not heroes by default. Administrators outrank warriors. Stability matters far more than conquest. Order itself is a moral good. Today, we often glorify massive, permanent armies. You, however, fear them. Because you understand something that many modern states forget. Force is easy to unleash, but it is incredibly hard to control. Your empire does not survive because it fights often. It survives because food reaches the cities, canals keep the grain moving, the law feels predictable, and rebellion feels pointless. For you, war is just one tool. Governance is the entire strategy. You are not peaceful because you are naive. You are restrained because you are experienced. You know that the greatest threat to your rule is not the enemy beyond the border. It is the army that never goes home.